I have 250 books on my unread physical TBR, and I want to read 100 of them by 2027. I went into my book room and I counted 248, but there's 2 books at Kai's house, so it's actually 250. I like the little even clean number. So I'm not necessarily on a book buying ban, but I'm trying not to buy books unless they're a new release by an author I like, or just in general, or they're like another one into a series. And then of course I can buy books that I've read like on my Kindle. I need to stop buying books. I guess my original number was actually 251, but I did finish a book yesterday, so it's still a part of this video. So I'm on my second one. So we're gonna see how many I can read by next Tuesday. So I just realized that I filmed all this footage and I didn't get me counting the majority of these books, and I also forgot how many unread books I had. So I went back to rewatch the video to see how many it was, and I didn't record it, I guess. But we're gonna start over. Okay, we have 54 unread books on this shelf. Okay, we've reached 100. 128 with this shelf. 203 unread books on these shelves. Oh my goodness. And then I have a few on these ones. So I have 233 unread books in my book room, which I thought was going to be worse because I think I have almost 500 books. So I'm aware that 233 unread or unfinished books in my physical TBR is a lot. So that's why we're filming this video in the first place. But I still have more throughout my house, so we're gonna go look for those now and see how much more damage there is. I don't know if this angle is good because I can't really see. But I've been making little cookbooks, a little side note. I love to bake, and it would be nice to just have all of them in one thing, so when I don't know what to bake and I don't want to try something new, I can just search through them. Baking is one of my love languages and one of my favorite hobbies, along with reading and writing. So, the ones I've put in so far is banana bread muffins and then Earl Grey cookies. So this is my little thingy so far. And then it looks so cutie. And then this one. So I got washi tape from Amazon. It was supposed to come, and it's to I don't know, look cute, I guess. Because I'm using double-sided tape, but I thought it'd be cute to kind of do some extra stuff, which, okay, this is impossible to open. I also have flats coming today, new microphones and a new tripod, because my last microphone I lost when I moved, and then I bought a new one, and it literally broke my first time ever using it. Okay, I don't know if you can see them inside, but this part is all of the different patterns. I just finished Our Perfect Storm. It was really good. I gave it a 4.5, just because towards the end I almost there was some stuff I didn't feel I needed to read. Maybe a chapter or two that could have got, not cut out. I mean, I think it's there for purpose, but I think at this point I was not bored, but I was I'm really. So I skimmed over the last, I read the thing about the whale. So I read the thing about the whale, the epilogue, and the last 2 chapters, but the 2 chapters before I low-key just skimmed over because I was kind of I don't know. I was kind of I already know they're going to get together. I'm kind of over it. And I read all the letters he wrote, obviously. But it was so cute. I really liked the male main character. I think the reason why I rated it a 0.5 stars was because I low-key, Frankie was not my favorite person. And I don't know, not that she was a bad character. She just, wasn't my favorite. And I think it made it, less enjoyable because there was parts where I thought she was being a tiny bit annoying. But it was really good. It was a really well done Friends to Lovers, which I feel sometimes can be done, poorly. And I've actually never read one of her books before, because it says she's also the author of Every Summer After, Meet Me at the Lake, This Summer Will Be Different, and One Golden Summer, which I think I have Meet Me at the Lake. I'm not actually sure. But this is my first book of hers I've read, and it came out this month. I got it for the book of the month. This May, I literally have read 2 books, including this one. Because what I've been doing is I've gotten so many new books that I've literally gotten 50 pages into 10 different books, and then I don't finish them. And I also just been writing a bunch. So there's a lot of reasons I haven't been reading. I really slacked in April and May. So June, July, and August, and September, I'm going to be reading a bunch because it's my summer. And I also need to get through my physical TBR. So we're getting there slowly, but this is also now my 40th book I read this year. So I wanted to be at 60 by this point in time. I got The Wedding People from Book of the Month because I had a bunch of credits, and First Time Caller from Book of the Month, and I also have the second one. So I'm kind of like, I want to start this one, but I'm like, should I read The Wedding People so that I can read this one and the other one back to back? I don't know. Whoa, this came out in 2024? What the heck? I thought this came out this year. Okay, so I forgot to update, but I did finish reading Alchemized, and it was really good. I honestly wasn't sure if I'd like it at first, but like, I think I honestly liked it so much that I want to read Manacled, because I actually have not read that. But I want to read the physical book, so I'd have to order them online, and it's like $100-something for all of them. And I'm currently unemployed, so I don't know about that. But I did just finish the 12 Days of Dash and Lily. I just kind of like sat through it, and I low-key skimmed through some of the middle because it was not that good. Like, it wasn't horrible. Like, this author's good at writing. I just didn't like the storyline, and I felt like we didn't need a second book. Like, I think it would have been cute if this is the only book, but I don't know why we made another one. It's like a 3-star, and like, I didn't enjoy it, but like, the writing's good. It's just it wasn't for me. But if someone really connected with the first book, then I think they would enjoy this. I just never really connected with the characters to begin with, so I think that's a big part of it. But I'm actually reading The Hunger Games for the first time because I've never read it. So I have a really old, like almost OG hardcover book, and I'm on chapter 3. I started it like the other day, I think 2 days ago. So I think I'll get to reading this today, but I also might finish one of the other books on my list and then start reading this. And then for Alchemized, honestly, probably like a 4.5, somewhere around there, because I really liked it, but I will say I didn't really like the beginning, so I feel like that takes like a little bit away. And then also, it was kind of confusing at first, but I ended up really liking the end of it. So it's kind of like, I don't know what to do, because like I really liked it, but I don't want to take away the fact that I didn't like it to begin with. And like, obviously, it's not a 5-star book if I didn't like the entire thing. But I think that's 3 books into this month so far. I did buy another book, so that kind of takes away from my physical TBR. Also, I don't actually own this book, so I will have to buy them after I finish reading it. No, 249 books left on my physical TBR. Okay, so Delaney and I are here. We are reading together. I made myself a little breakfast plate. I'm reading Emery's book. Delaney is technically reading the original ARC copy of my book because it's before I go in and make edits. And it's the old cover. I am reading The Last Letter by Rebecca Yarros. We're going to read outside for a bit, and I also made matcha. So, Delaney, what page are you on? 126. Okay, period. I'm on page 57. Guys, I just realized that my outfit literally matches my book. That's fantastic. Okay, so I thought I'd give a reading update because I started this video like a month ago, but I didn't read for like a week because I had strep throat. So I was like literally bedridden and I could like barely read because like the only thing I had energy to do was watch TV. But I also broke my computer. So I haven't been on my computer because I've been waiting for it to like dry out. Well, I didn't break it, but there was like water in my computer screen. So I like let it dry out and I just didn't use it so it could like get out faster and not risk like damaging my computer. So I haven't been able to edit in a video or really work on my book, and that's like set me back like a week as well. But I have been reading. It's just been kind of all over the place. So I did read the first book in the Crescent City series, and I'm almost done with the second. I'm about like 75% of the way through. Since you last saw me, I finished Heir of Fire when I was camping, and I literally like started reading it at night, and I read like 300 pages just like until I finished the book because it got like so good I couldn't stop. Like, not like a spoiler exactly, but if you don't know this character, I don't want to spoil it. So if you don't want to risk any like character spoilers, like skip ahead a couple seconds. But I love Rowan. I love Rowan. And now this one is a spoiler, so skip ahead if you don't want any. But in Queen of Shadows, when Rowan like came back, I was like, oh my gosh, yes. Dude, I don't know what it is, but he's like fantastic. Like, I like him better than Rhys-San. He's also pretty up there with Hunt from Crescent City. So I rated it Heir of Fire 5 stars. I rated the first book in Crescent City 5 stars. I know that the second one's also going to be a 5 stars. And then I'm like halfway done with Queen of Shadows right now. So I am going to do the tandem read as well, which I'll probably do at some point this week. I do have a couple of other books that I've like been starting, but then like every book I start for some reason, it's been like kind of like a book slump. Like I start it and I'm like, it's not that good. I don't know. I think I've just been super into fantasy, so I've just been reading fantasy, but I've been trying to read my other books and then I don't even end up finishing them, so I'm like almost wasting time reading them, but it's fine. Now some disappointing news, or not necessarily disappointing, but kind of defeats the whole purpose for my TBR takedown, is my TBR takedown has literally like exactly 250 books. I have 250 unread books in my collection of like 500 plus books. So I have been on a hunt to collect all the books that I've read so that I own every book that I've read that like I like. Like I'm not gonna buy a book I hated, you know what I mean? Unless it's like in a series. So I did buy the rest of the Windy City series because I read it all on Kindle, but I didn't own 3 of them. So I bought the other 3. I bought the rest of Throne of Glass, so that bumped up my TBR by like 4 more books. But I'm almost done with one of them, so it's fine. I didn't have the second book in Crescent City, but for some reason I had the hardcover of the 3rd book. I bought the first book in paperback, and then at one point I bought the hardcover because when it first came out, because I was like, I don't know, I got confused about the order. But so I ended up buying the second book and the 3rd book in paperback, so now I own all 3 in paperback, and then I just have an extra hardcover one, but it's fine. My physical TBR did end up going up because I bought the rest of Throne of Glass and Crescent City, but it's okay. We're still working on the TBR takedown. It's still happening. Books are still getting read. But besides that, I have not bought any books. Okay, just for a little summary on this video, I read Our Perfect Storm, I think is what it's called, but you guys saw that. I read the 12 Days of Dash and Lily, which is like part 2. I read The Last Letter by Rebecca Yarros. Loved that book. Also rated it a 5 stars. Made me sob. I read Heir of Fire. I read the first book in the Crescent City series. I also don't know if I said this, but I also reread the Deathly Hallows, which is the last book in the Harry Potter series. And then I'm almost done with Crescent City number 2. And I'm halfway done with Queen of Shadows. So I knocked down a good amount of books. I would like to read more this month because I feel like I'm on time for my reading goal, but I wanted to beat it, and I don't want to be on time. I want to be like above, like ahead. I'm going to work hard on locking in on some books. I just also have been spending a lot of time working on my book because I'm almost done with book number 2 in my series. So that's been like a big focus for me, especially like the week I had in between being sick and breaking my computer. I was working on my book a lot. Oh, I also read Hunger Games, which I don't own, but I do own like one of the, I don't know if it's Ballad of Songbirds. I own one of the ones that's like not a part of the main 3. And obviously in order to get to that book, I need to read Hunger Games. So I have not read that yet. I know, crazy. But I did read Hunger Games. So I think I've read 8 books in this video. I just don't know if I talked about all of them. This is part 1. I'm still figuring out how I want to film these videos. So if this formatting was kind of weird, like I apologize. It's also just been all over the place. So I'm sorry. But yeah, that's my little update on my TBR takedown.